Good morning. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and it is lovely to come on and join you on this Monday morning to do a little bit of crafting with you and to share some news from the Love-a-Duckie lily pad headquarters to let you know some of the things that are coming up. So if you are joining me, whether that's live or whether that's on catch up, do pop on and say hello. Do leave any comments, ask any questions, share all of those sorts of things. It's lovely to welcome you in to our Love-a-Duckie community. So let me quickly start by sharing some of the slides I've got for you. So firstly, here is my website, loveaduckie.co.uk, and you'll find links for all sorts of things over there. From you'll find blog posts, you'll find links to shops, you'll find links to downloads and classes and places that you can sign up for catalogues, and all sorts of things over on my website. So do head over and check that out. If you're looking for me anywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, then look out for Love-a-Duckie. That's where you'll find me, and it's lovely to welcome you into any of those places. Some of the upcoming classes I've got 2 classes this week. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I tend to try and schedule my classes sort of on set. So, you know, it'll be the first Saturday, third Friday, all of those sorts of things, so that we've got a nice schedule going throughout the year. And sometimes it just happens to fall that they clash up against each other. Actually, the reason they're clashing this week is because normally the Saturday Stampers class that I run once a month is normally on the first Saturday. But on the first Saturday of May, we're actually going to be celebrating the coronation. So that will not be a good time to try and run a class. So I have brought that forward a week to this coming Saturday, and there are still spaces at the table if you would like to come and join us to create some all occasion cards, different sort of themed cards, but under the theme of all creatures great and small. So we'll be using a variety of animal and sort of bird sort of type themed stamps and dies and things to create some all occasion cards. So do come and join us on that. If you live here locally and you would like to come and join us in the Northamptonshire area, in the Wellingborough area, do come and join us for that on Saturday. Just reach out and let me know so I know to cut you a kit. Also this week on Friday, we've got our technique class for April, which is actually going to be a one sheet wonder, and we're going to be using the sea turtles. I'm so looking forward to that. And then our first class in May is going to be a make one, take one project class. And you can either choose a sweet citrus bundle class or a brewed for you bundle class. So 2 different sets, one with the sort of citrusy fruits, lemons, oranges, limes, whatever you want to make of them, and one with the glasses and beer and all of those sorts of things. So one far more masculine type cards than the other. But as always, you can choose to do both of those, have both of those kits, have one or the other. You can do them with me in person, or you can have them sent to you in the post. So that's coming up, as I say, at the beginning of May, 9th of May. That would have been my mum's birthday. So do come and join me on that day, either here locally, as I say, or you can opt to have that sent out to you in the post. Some other things, we are coming up for new catalogue time. So if you live in the UK or elsewhere in Europe and you would like an English copy of the catalogue, then do reach out to me. You can go to loveaduckie.co.uk/request-a-catalogue. So request a catalogue, or if you click on the contact button at the top of the website on the menu bar at the top, you will see the request a catalogue section. So that you can request a section and request a catalogue. And there has been a little bit of a delay in catalogues coming through to me, completely due to user error. But as soon as I get them through, I will be issuing them out to those who have ordered from me, who are on my list. But if you would like one, then do reach out and request a catalogue. It is after all not only your shop front, but it is also your inspiration book. So always good to have a copy, a paper copy in your hand. So do let me know if you don't think you are on my list to receive one of those, but would like to receive one of those. Um, as well as the catalogues, alongside the launch of new things, I am offering some shares. So there's a paper share, which is a quarter pack of all of the new DSPs in the catalogue. There is a ribbon share, which is a quarter of a reel, spool, whatever, of all of the new ribbons and twines in the new catalogue. And there's an in colour club. In colour clubs are where over the next 5 months, each month you will receive product in one of the new in colours. So whichever it is, if we look at sort of boho blue for instance, you'd get an ink pad, an ink refill, the stamping blend, some cards, some DSP, some ribbon, some embellishments, stamping white marker. So you'd have a whole collection of product in that particular colour. So for the 5 months, so starting in end of May, so end of May you'd get one colour, end of June you'd get another colour, and alongside your pack of products you would also get 2 videos with some inspiration for using your in colour products. So that's the in colour club. You do need to commit to sign up for the whole 5 at the beginning of the club, because obviously otherwise I would be out of pocket, because I'm needing to buy supplies and split them up and share them out. So you do need to commit for the 5 months when you sign up at the beginning of the club, the in colour club. And as I say, over the 5 months you'll get a colour a month. So that's the in colour club, the ribbon share and the paper share. I think that's probably all of the things that we need to highlight today. Lots of things going on. So because there are lots of things going on, there are lots of things going on in my brain. And I sat here this morning and I thought, I don't know what I'm going to make. And I thought, I'm sure that you probably also have days where you sit at your craft desk, morning Lisa, and you say, I want to make something, but I don't know what. So one of the things that I know I find useful when days like that is sort of challenges and those sorts of things, so that you've got some elements, and with those elements you've got to decide what you are going to create. So I thought, we haven't done it for a while, I'm going to grab the dice and let's let the dice decide what we are going to make this morning. Now, I have no more idea than you what the dice are going to decide. So let us bring in our downward facing camera and let's see what the dice decide. So I've got some wooden dice in here. Excuse the noise as we rattle it. Let's roll them out. Right, what have we got? We've got an embossing folder, a fancy fold. We're going to use Hello. We're going to use some Regal colours. We're going to need to do some fussy cutting, and we want some ribbon in there. Okay, so Regal colours, Hello, embossing folder, fancy fold, fussy cut, and ribbon. Let me just have a little bit. Obviously, at the moment, we're in between sort of, you know, things being retired and waiting for new things to come in. Just deciding. Looking to see if we've got any papers. Picture. What I might do is take a paper like Abigail Rose, because we have some nice images in here that we could fussy cut, and we could add a bit of colour to. Let's go with that. We also need it to be a fancy fold. So grab watercolour pencils, I think. And let's have a little look. Now it depends whether I'm going to go with the colours as they are at the moment, or whether, let's have some crushed curry and some old olive. Rich raspberry is retiring. Gorgeous grape is actually heading over into the regal colours. So it depends whether I want to go with a retired colour or a colour that is heading in that direction. Sure, I had a cherry cobbler red in there somewhere, but that must have gone walkabout. I'll just sharpen my crushed curry pencil. Looking a bit better. I think we'll go with, maybe slightly cheating, but we're going to go Gorgeous Grape, which is the colour that will be a regal with the launch of the new catalogue and the new colour refresh. We'll have some crushed curry because that's staying, as is old olive. And I'm going to go with, which is going to be the easiest one to cut out, this one probably. So I'm going to use some crushed curry on these bobbly flowers down here. I'm going to come in the centre here as well with some crushed curry. Centerpiece just here. So that's those 3 large flowers. Let's bring in our Gorgeous Grape. So say at the moment, Gorgeous Grape is in the bright selection. But with the launch of the next catalogue, it's one of the colours that is moving. So we've got colours leaving, brand new colours coming in, colours that are returning, so past colours that are coming back. And we also have 1 or 2 colours that are moving family. They're moving house. And Gorgeous Grape is one of them. It's going to come out of the brights and into the regals. So to help us get used to that idea, let's use it as a regal today. And that's the thing about any challenges. You don't have to get yourself too tied up in knots about them. They are just a way of sparking a bit of creativity. It sort of just narrows the options a little bit in terms of takes you from the whole of my craft room to this bit of my craft room. I'm just using these elements. What can I do with them? And I'm just colouring in these flowers in purple. Work on one at a time. It's looking as if that's a bit dry. That's better. Let's blend that out. Just add in a bit more shading in some of these places. Let's come on to this one. Because we're using the blender pen, you don't have to be too fussy about your colouring, because the blender pen will blend out any sort of scribbly marks. They're a good thing to have in your craft kit. Obviously good if you want to blend in a couple of colours together. And this petal down here, I think that's that flower. If you were working on something like watercolour cards, you could always use water, one of your water painters for this. You could try it on paper, you just need to keep your water painter really quite dry, otherwise it will just break up the surface of the paper, as will a blender. If you're too rough with it, you do need to be quite gentle. Just tickling the surface really. Round we come. around here. So watercolour pencils are quite soft leads. You don't necessarily want them to have a really sharp point on them. Let's bring in this last one. Okay. Let's bring out some of this yellow in the centre here. Just got a grey pencil here and I'm just coming in some of these places where the petals are sort of folded up a bit. And where some of this sort of shading is. Add in a bit of in there. Okay, let's come in with our old olive. Put this in quite heavily on these vein pieces. Let's come in at the top, add a bit more colour. I'm just coming in quite lightly over the top where I've done the veins. To a bit of that pen because that one's a bit dry. That's better. Here, coming again quite heavily on the veins of the leaf. Just tickle a bit more colour in the background. And let's just blend that out. And same with this leaf just here. Actually going to bring in a bit of the crushed curry in these leaves. So tickle some down the middle. And we'll bring in that blender pen. Blend that together. That will give us a different, slightly different shade on those leaves. Drag some of that colour out along that stem. It's real red here. And just place that in the middle of the flower, and then I'm dragging that colour out. Do the same over here. Just add in some red on each of those flowers. A bit of yellow in the middle. Ooh, and on these ones down here. And again, just drag out that colour. Just softens it down a bit. And these ones down here. I'm going to add randomly a touch of red to these leaves, as well as a touch of green. And we'll drag that out a little bit. Right, there we are. We've coloured our flowers, so we've used some regal colours. Obviously, we're going to come in a bit more. We're now going to fussy cut these, so fussy cutting with something else on our So fussy cutting was something else on our list. So let's just going to come around the outside of these. I'm not going to go, just leaving a bit of a border. I might come in a little bit in a minute. Let's do the outside first, and then we'll decide what else we need to do. That gorgeous grey does sit nicely alongside those other regal colours. Obviously, this is being done rather quickly, this cutting. You might want to take a little bit more time. So obviously this DSP is going to be on the retiring list. I haven't checked to see whether it's still available. And it was the Abigail Rose papers. But you could equally do something like this with a stamped image. But we needed fussy cutting, so we needed something we could fussy cut. We could have fussy cut a stamped image, I suppose. I've just had a low battery warning come up on my phone. It's okay, I have my charge plugged in. Let's plug that in so that that doesn't collapse. Go dead on us. Okay. So we need to think about a fancy fold of some sort. What colour shall we come in with? Background. Could go real red. Could go gorgeous grape. And let's go gorgeous grape. I'm going to take this base and I'm going to cut it at 10, and this piece of A4, I'm going to cut it at 10.5 straight down the middle like that. And I'm going to score it. Let me open this up. I'm going to pick it up off the floor. And let's score it. I have a drawer besides me where I've got some instructions for fancy fold cards. So that's what I've just opened. I'm scoring it at 15, 18, 23, and 24. 26. Going to form box, either on the front or on the side. I haven't decided yet. And then we want another panel on the front that we are going to cut to 15 centimetres by 7.5. We're going to score that at 1 and 4. That's 4 centimetres. I'm going to swing it round and do it at 1 centimetre. So we have a bit that sit like that and a bit that will sit like that, and it will all fold that, like something like that, and fit in a standard size envelope. Crash bang as my trimmer slides off onto the floor. Finish these fold lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue. So I've folded over. Folded it over on that second score line, so not the first but the second. I'm going to glue that there, and then that will pop up like that. So not folded it on the first line, I've folded it on the second, and I'm going to add some glue. In, just my glues have been sitting for a day or two without being used. Let's just pop a pin in there and get that going. So not the first score line, the second score line. Let's fold that down. So now we have this box piece, and then we have this bit, and let's again fold those. And this will need to sit on this panel just here, and within this piece just here. So let me add some glue to here and some glue to this end. And let's make sure it is well, has adhered well and is gripping. And there we have a fancy fold card. We'll have our flowers sitting on the front here. I should have stuck some paper on the back there first. May have to lift that up. Will it lift? Has it glued entirely? No. Good. Let's put a piece on there first. So I think we'll take our embossing folder. Which embossing folder shall we have? I think we'll go with this Basics 3D embossing folder. So this is from the Basics embossing folders that are available on the online exclusives, and it's a really pretty embossing folder. So we'll have think a panel in the back here. Panel on the front. We should have perhaps put a panel on there, but we haven't. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. I think we'll be okay with that. What colour shall we go for that? We could go old olive. Yeah, let's go old olive. So this back piece just here needs to be 9.5 by 10 centimetres. Will come in there, and this front panel here will want to be 7 centimetres by 10.5. Oh dear, I'm determined to keep my trimmer on the floor. So 7 by 10.5, isn't it? So let's go 7. I think we should be. Oh no, 10.5. Perfect. Let's emboss those. Just run that through my cutting emboss machine. Now it is a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to need our number 1 plate, our embossing folder with our card in it, and our number 4 plate. Just those 2 plates for a 3D embossing folder. And then this piece just here. That can come at the back there. We need the things have rolled over. So we've had fussy cutting and regals. We've had an embossing folder. We've done a fancy fold. So it's just hello and ribbon to go. Just have a little look to see. Just flicking along, looking for a nice hello greeting. Oh, this is the Irresistible Bloom. So this is another set that is part of the online exclusives. Online exclusives. Embossing folders. Let's have an online exclusive stamp set. So I'm going to pick up that hello. Go with Gorgeous Grape again, I think. got a little pot here that has a whole load of strips of card in. Hello. My big scissors are in the other room. I'm going to have to go with some smaller ones. So let's chop down this strip, top and bottom. And then I think we'll trim both ends for a hello. We need a little bit of ribbon. So while we're playing with things that you can find in the online store, let's go with this gold ribbon. It's part of a combo with silver metallic ribbon and gold. I think go with gold for this. And we have it tucking out underneath there, I think. Oh. So let's bring this, stick these pieces on. So this is a nice pop-up fancy fold card, but one of those ones that we love that will still just fit into a standard envelope. They pop in the post. And that embossing folder is really pretty, as are all of the three in that set. You've got the flowery one, you've got the one that they call the crosshatch, which is a really nice, gives a really nice textured background. And then there is one somewhere that is called really deep dots, the hobnail glass dots. So it's a really deep dotted embossing folder. So they call them the basic collection, and they are a really good set to have. Say those aren't available in any of the printed catalogues. You can find those as part of the online exclusives. Where's my little pin gone? My glue is not wanting to play ball this morning. Not wanting to keep running. Come along, little glue. Keep going. You can do this. Right, so let's pop that right way round in there. Let's re-glue this. Good, press down. Where are you? Bone folder. Let's give that a good press. Make sure that that is sticking nicely. Oh, thought we were there. Let's just leave it folded while we fiddle with this, so that it has an opportunity to grasp. It's sitting on that deeply embossed cardstock as well, so that does mean it needs a little bit more. Let's put this big bow on the back here. And let's come in with some, oh no, they're black dimensionals, we don't want those. Let's come in with some dimensionals. bringing them in from the edge because it is going to be popping over the edge of that front panel, so we don't want them going right up to the edge of the paper. Let's see how we want that to go. About like that, I think. With our gold bow underneath. There's our little hello. Hello. Pop that up on a couple of dimensionals. Down here. Pretty, pretty. Rustling around in the background, just looking for a wink of Stella. Not sure. This isn't the current one that I'm using. I think we are getting some glittery stuff from it. I'm just going to put that in those flower centres. Make sure, because it's watercolour pencil, I've just painted on top of. Just clean that brush off a little bit. I'll bring in my embellishments. Now we have got I've got any. I'm looking for the glossy dots. Let's add some of these in. A couple down there. Then we will just need to bring in a piece of basic white to come on the back. And oh, not those scissors, those scissors. Just going to come in, let's chop that off. And I'm just going to come round the outside of this flower just here. Stick that down the bottom there. And then we'll pop some. Come on, don't give up on us again. Just have the feeling that it will suddenly just spurt. I don't really want it just to suddenly spurt. Have we got another one that is working a bit better? Do you think I need my glue sorting out? Third time lucky? Come on, little glue. You can do this. As I say, I've not been doing much crafting over the weekend, so they've been sat. Let's just sit that back there, and then we've got a panel that we can write on. So there we are. Let's pop these to one side and I'll have a sort out of those at some point. Have we managed to get all of the things from our dice on our card? We've got Fussy Cut DSP, we've used Regal colours, we've used Gorgeous Grape because in the new catalogue, Gorgeous Grape is moving from Brights to Regals. So we've used that as we're getting used to that idea. Embossing folders, we've used the one from one of the basic ones from the online exclusives. Fancy fold, we've got this double box fancy fold that we've used that way. You can also use them so that they come this way. So we could have had our flowers turned around and had our box fold going that way, but I've used it that way for this one. Hello, we've used the Hello Greetings from the Irresistible Blooms, another of the online exclusives, as is the gold ribbon. Comes as a part of a gold and silver duo pack. We've added in a bit of Wink of Stella and some of those glossy dots to finish it off. So there we are. We started off just under an hour ago with no idea where we were going to go. I had no more idea than you did. We rolled the dice. And that is the direction we took. So as I say, if you ever find yourself sitting down wanting to do something but really not sure quite what to do, then look yourself up a challenge of some sort, or get yourself a dice, or use some of the online apps to spin some wheels and help you to come up with some elements, and then from there create a project. I hope you've enjoyed that little project. Let me just find my mouse and come back up this way. So that's it from us for today. Have a lovely, lovely rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will be back with you later in the week. And hopefully my brain will be a bit more in gear. And you never know, I might know what I'm going to be doing before I start this time. But yeah, have a lovely week and keep creating. And don't forget to reach out if you have any questions or anything you'd like to do. And I'll see you all very soon.